Okay guys, back for another cast on the druid. Last time I logged out in Hammerfell in Arathi Highlands after completing the artisan first aid quest, and I'm pretty much still there. Um, what I realized is that now I need level. I sort of looked over the world map and I realized that now my quests are popping up now. That yeah, from by looking at the world map, I noticed that the lowest level quests I got are level 33 and level 30. Well, I can sometimes do level 34 quests as well, as they're sort of done together. Um, and I might as well just start pretty much where I left. So this quest that I'm engaged with now is a quest about, I think it's this one, foul magic. No, race experience. It's actually a level 34 quest, even though also it's level 30. Oh, and we actually have a gold thorn up here, yes, please. I'm just gonna do this guy first. This area is a heaven for my flower picking and, of course, alchemy as well. And both herbalism and alchemy, of course, it's areas I want to work on. That's why you could say this druid is sort of a key element in my in my account, really, because the stuff, the potions you make from and flasks and whatever later on that you make from alchemy is often usable by all of your characters. King's blood, not so much, but the raptor, yes, please. Even the raptor eggs are actually useful here as cooking materials, not for this character, but I'm sure for one of my other lower. And I'm sure every time I'm here, I'm rambling about my. I think it was my second warrior died here due to being. I found, say, an iron vein, just like this king's blood here, in the middle of nowhere, and I rushed in to get it, even though I pretty much didn't need iron anymore. As a level, I don't know, about this level, I think as well. And then I got whipped, I think, by one spider, and then another, and another, and another, and all of a sudden I just ran out of hit points and cooldowns and stuff, and I died. And I guess the problem was that I underestimated the area, as the mobs were somewhat lower than just like now. Also druid here, in a similar situation would be that I can get out of roots and stuff with my various forms, especially, say, travel forms. Whereas the warrior is completely screwed when someone starts to hurt them. Not going anywhere. I shouldn't look out here for it, but yeah, I'm not that pressured by being rooted or dazed or whatever. So I need the raptor eyes. Where are they? There. When fate leaves. Very nice. And a ton of raptors. I think I'm gonna deal with this guy first. That actually looked like a flower, but wasn't anything. A little skull in it there. So the fade leaf, it looks like grass really, and that's why it's always so well camouflaged. Oh, and David is currently on a mage. He's been, I probably mentioned it before, but he's got a suspension for a week for naming his warrior with some kind of dirty name. I think it was a porn actress or something like that. And someone reported it, the name. And then he got a week suspension. But it's what what David did. He sort of kicked himself in the balls though, because he appealed the decision, and then I guess the guys at Blizzard that sort of take care of that stuff, they saw that it wasn't the first time he has been had gotten a suspension due to names. So they were talking about deleting his whole account and shit. So it's a little exciting what they come up to, but I think he's sort of pretty sure he's gonna get his account back later. But it's sort of his second strike, you could say, and he's at third strike. It's like third strike and you're out, I think, and the account is gonna go. So he's considering making a new account. I haven't had the issue myself, but to be honest, the name that his warriors had, I wouldn't. I may not be that much into porn, but I've never heard about it or in any way sort of would be offended by the name if I just saw it. It was like strictly sort of sexual material. It was, I guess, that porn actress sort of, what do you call it, their artist name or whatever. But not only that, combined with another word. But I asked him for the name because I actually didn't remember how it was spelled or pronounced or whatever. And he gave it to me, and I got it. I know I spelled it correctly. I searched on it on the internet, and maybe due to the nature of it, Google has it sort of far low on the searching list, but I was searching pages, so there was nothing about it. So there was a lot of other things with this exact same name, so how could you say if you report him that 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 it was, you know, the name he wasn't supposed. He was using the name that I guess isn't allowed. Anyway, it's sort of, I think it's been a wake-up call for David that uh, maybe he should just call uh, his character something that doesn't get him into trouble, really. And by the way, oh, that's him talking about the sun here. Fuck. Oh. So I guess David just got his account back, and the warrior has been deleted. So that sucked. I don't know. It was that high level of a warrior, but still, it's a major blow losing it like that. I mean. And the gold David wants to send me is because I lent him some while his account was suspended. He probably used it for bags and maybe an item or two or something like that. So this is excellent area for kiting, so I'm a little lazy not using runes some more. Ton of raptors here, so I'm gonna find myself a nice little lookout post up here. And yeah, lazy again with the kiting. I guess it's because the mobs are fairly lower than me, so I'm being a little disrespectful of them, you could say. by the way, this quest here from Undercity, I might do it even though it's somewhat higher level than the other. It's because it's done pretty much next to where I'm standing. I'm level 36 at the moment, and as I said, the lowest quest I got are level 33, so I could actually sort of complete those as a level 38. When I reach level 38, I should probably be done with them, or at least get a Scarlet Monastery Library run. Oh, and about just to finish up David's encounter with the Blizzard sort of naming police. He has two other characters. He was talking about druid or warlock, or maybe a new warrior. I think, to be honest, I think he'd like to play tank warrior. But you know, he lost a warrior from a disconnect, and that was, I think he learned. I hope he learned a lot from that, because there was no need to lose that warrior. He knew he had a bad internet connection. And then he leveled this new warrior to level 25. I mean, the warrior he lost to disconnect was like late 30s, maybe 38 or something. And then that was due to a disconnect, and then he lost. It was actually the warrior I was playing with on the druid and then he lost this. He got a penalty on the warrior due to the naming, as the warrior was level 25 or 27, something like that. But he has leveled that warrior straight after. Yeah, straight after the other one that got EC'd. So I know the feeling. This is my third straight druid that I've leveled. So at some point you do get fatigued with the class, even though it's fun to begin with. So I know what I understand him fully. I think I'm actually gonna use. I got a lot of these sage fish. I might as well use some of them. Yeah, I was about to write to David what I just told you, that even though it's fun. Oh, by the way, these are not here anymore. So, for once, last time there was some sort of event. There was various stuff that there was a duration on them, but the sort of duration didn't really. Well, the items could pretty much hold indefinitely. I still have some of them on my. I got a level 10 or 11 warlock, something like that, and he still has items that are supposed to last for like a week. So I thought actually these disguises would hold longer, but they don't. So this quest here from Undercity, there's a couple of things I gotta be wary about. There's an elite. Let's see. There's an elite cavalry patrol. So Alliance have their main base over here in some kind of canyon-like. I haven't explored it yet, and I don't want to because the guards are 40 plus and they're very aggressive. And I don't want to get flagged either, so I'm not gonna get too close to that area. But there's a cavalry patrol of I think 3 level 40 elites on horseback that sort of patrols back and forth here. So I gotta have eyes in my back when I get down here in this area. But the quest is about I have to kill 3 sort of named characters in this area. And doesn't look like any of them are right here. And I seem to recall, there they are, as you can see. I'm just gonna put a skull on this guy, but actually I don't really have to, because when they've been here, talking about the sun again, they are not coming back, not in quite a while at least. But I need 3 sort of these NPCs. I need 3. Well, first of all, the mobs are in this area, maybe up here as well. But I need an escape path, if possible. So what I don't want to is if I have to run away to sort of encounter one of these spiders, because they can whip me and then things are all of a sudden not looking too good. But I'm pretty sure at least one of them is down in this hut, so I'm gonna try that. And then I have to look out for patrols, right there. So I'm just gonna get this guy away from the patrol. There we go. I think I'm actually gonna do the patrol as well. Basically I prefer no nasty surprises. The mobs may be fairly low level, but it's actually another patrol here. I'm just gonna take him as well. This way I don't have to worry so much about having an escape route. And I'm gonna use one of my good sort of manners, because eventually, of course, I'm gonna have some respawn, so I'd like to get the mobs killed that I have to before too long. So Kenata here is the worst of them, I think, from what I recall, and she's up here on the hilltop. And then I guess either I can have 2 of them together down here, or I can have them a bit spread out, sort of. So just gonna see what it's gonna be. So I need to sort of look inside to this hut here. I think there's at least one of them down there. I'm gonna start with this guy, I think. So I might get 2 or 3 on me, but I'll have to take it from there. Yeah, my turn. Ah, fuck it. Okay, so I got one of them and it wasn't pretty when I got him. I think I'm just gonna kill this guy as well. See you, bro. So one thing is killing them, but I actually need to sort of pick up their heads as well. And I got one of them down there. And then, like I said, there could be one other down here of these 3 guys that I need. Otherwise, he's sort of over there, I think, or well, he can pretty much be, I guess, over by the barn there, whatever it is. I think I'm just gonna make a little sneak peek here down here, see if there's anyone home down there as well. Nope. Oh, and I think I actually saw him. He's over there. So I'm just need my stealth back. Just gonna mark him. So classic sort of these kind of assassination quests where the NPC that you need has a different skin. Sometimes only slightly, but this time it's pretty obvious, I guess. Let's see, we need an escape path as usual. It's definitely not gonna be up there. And this is where like the last of the NPCs, she's up here, and she's definitely the worst of them. This guy's fairly easy because I can pull him solo, I think. Unless this patrol walks right in front. So it's kind of funny, you know, compared to the first sort of these kind of quests where you could just go kill the NPC that you wanted, and now you have to look for various patrols and stuff. And I'm sure this is the sort of the developers' way of preparing you nice and easy for dungeons and raids and stuff like that. That you actually have to, you know, use your brain here. Oh shit. Yeah, famous last word. I know. Okay, so no idea where these guys came from. I hope they can't whip, but at least I got my different forms. Apparently there was some patrol I didn't see there, so I'm just gonna scoot out of here. I'm out of combat, so straight back. I guess oh, there's a gold thorn. I think I'm gonna pick it up now that I'm here. Yeah, I have to sort of just admit that I didn't see that double patrol behind me at all. So I'm just gonna run back, try the same stuff. I mean, getting the guy from the position that I had, I thought it was pretty good, but there must have been sort of a patrol. Yeah, okay. I guess there's a patrol coming down from the hut up here. And as you can see, it's like a complete mishmash of patrols. So I guess I got a double patrol here. I think what I'm gonna do is sort of to avoid this patrol, I'm just gonna make sure that I can get up here. And I can. I'm gonna take this guy from down here. And make a little room to maneuver here. Oh. Forgot about this bastard. There we go. Removing the poison. And then I'm gonna get the last of them. This is the patrol I think I bought before. So, as usual, first things first, escape route. And there's gonna be quite a bit of killing here before I can sort of get into the NPC that I actually want. I think I'm gonna start out with this patrol here. So again, my escape route is gonna be this way. And I'm a little more like looking at my, oh yeah, look at the way you're casting, but I'm gonna do the other patrol as well. It's for my safety when, if things go wrong, that I have to run away, and trust me, these guys are most likely daze, meaning that if I'm running away and getting hit from behind, then they have a rather large possibility of sort of slowing you for like 3 seconds or something like that. But like I said, the escape route is gonna be, I'm gonna run this way. I can get quite far, I think enough to sort of dump the aggro, I'm sure, without running into any other mobs. I'm just gonna minimize the Scarlet Monastery level 33 quest because I'm definitely not going there right now. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do this guy first. Pretty fast, it snapped. And then there was another patrol up here. Hopefully I can get this guy solo as well. Attacking this guy. But they made the quest difficult because due to the branches of the trees, etc., and the elevation of the area, it's hard to see anything. And then finally, I think I need the NPC from inside. I can watch if this patrol sort of comes this way around, but I think she's just going back and forth there. I might be wrong though. Okay. That's where she went to. Alright, so let's take a sneak peek in there. Why not use my abilities here? So we got a patrol there, and the NPC I want is this one. I'm not gonna get too close so she won't sort of sniff me out. Oh, and a nice Catgas whisker. So as you can see, there's plenty of possibilities to screw this up. This patrol just went away, so I got a little more room here. Guess I'm gonna be fine here. So yeah, let's pull. Even though I can't see shit. Just gonna run away a little bit, and bring her with me. Yeah, there we go. Now it's just you and me, honey, in the woods. Oh. There we go. And that was the last hit. Very nice. So, what I saw when I was looking inside her great condo was that there was actually a nice flower up here. There we go. There we go. And as you can see, these Catgas whisker, they are pretty well sort of camouflaged. Glad I got them on the minimap, otherwise I would never find a flower like that. Okay, so quest number 2 completed. And the final quest I need here, I can just show you it's down here. It's the foul magics. Again, humanoids, or well, humans. They look like sort of the level 30 plus version of some Defiers mobs from Dead Mines or something like that. Two things I gotta look out for here is the sentries up here on the Alliance patrol area. And then if these level 33 spiders I think I can handle. Bonus here is there's a ton of flowers. But it's not completely sort of risk-free, you could say, doing this, especially with these webby creatures here. There we go. If I was a warrior, I wouldn't do this. I mean, I would kill the mobs one by one. I've learned my lesson there. But as a druid, I feel a bit more cheeky with my travel form and ability to break any sort of web, root, days stuff by shifting form. Or simply to outrun them, as you can see here. Holy crap, there's a lot of flowers here. Yeah, this... I'm out of combat again. The... What level are we? Ah, okay. So the mobs has sort of increased in level, as you can see, and now I should maybe be a little more careful. I don't need the King's Blood, but yeah, the Wild Steel Bombs are kinda nice. I can use them for Elixir Fortitude. And as I have... wonder where is it? All the way in... Yeah, okay, it's all the way inside here. Hello, Scooter. As I have my gear is pretty much spirit every time I can choose. It's mainly intellect really, but if I can choose from spirit and stamina, I go spirit. And that has to do with what David has found out on. He tried to make a. Oh, level 60 died. I'm not quite sure what a Twilight Flame Reaver is, but either it's from a raid or maybe some mob in Silissus or something like that. Anyway, as David found out, he wanted to try to make a Moonkin as well, or Balance Druid, but he ended up getting 3 mobs on him and running out of mana, and then he died. So he didn't like it all too much, I guess. He didn't. His new druid is a classic sort of feral cat, and after that he went mage while he was waiting for his warrior, hopefully to return, which it unfortunately didn't, as you just saw. And he's, I don't know, he thinks that all the mana drinking takes out the fun of the class. And I know Midas, that I played with previously, he has the same way. It's a prime reason why he don't want to play caster. But I've always enjoyed caster the most, I think. It's turning a bit, I'd say. I was very positive about playing warrior. I kind of like that a lot. But also maybe because I see warrior as probably the most challenging class to play in hardcore. Mainly because you have to get up and close with your melee stuff, of course, but also because it's hard to sort of to get away from a bad pull. So you have to use your brain a little more in order to survive. Anyway, so I'm supposed to kill. I think any of these guys can drop these bloodstone amulets. I need 10 of them. Further there are stealthers. I could hear one of them just before here, but I think it's mainly here on the road. So that there's not really any stealthers down here. I mean, in this area. I can hear one. There we are. But like, as you can see, they look like these sort of fires. Anyone that has played Alliance in Westfall knows what I'm talking about. I haven't for a long time, but I was there doing the sort of optional quests for the completionist here. That's me. Oh, I can hear another stealther here somewhere. Probably up here, maybe down there, yeah. Eat my wrath, bro. Okay. Pretty bad luck on his part. Oh, I can hear another one again. There we are. The brew suite, I don't know about that. It's not worth collecting really. Lots and lots of crits here, very nice. Yeah, still no amulets. Oh. Yeah, screw this. Okay, this guy's getting quite annoying. Yep, squishy is squishy, that's for sure. I'm talking about the class. I mean, two elite, these level 30 plus. It was actually kind of 3 because I engaged one before. I got extra aggro here. Still 33 is fairly close to 36, but they hurt a lot. But like I said, I'm very sort of spirit heavy instead of stamina, as you can see. Whereas my mage, where I would typically use a headgear that would be like say 16 intellect and 7 stamina instead of 7 spirit. Same on a lock. And the priest got these shields, so they are much better off, I think. I think it's one of the easiest class to level, I think was priest so far. I'm not saying it's that continues, but it's due to this shield. I mean, one-on-one you can just pretty much do any mobs really. In your even mobs that are sort of orange. So someone's asking here in the channel if on Arathi Highlands, if people want to do the elite quest, I'm too low level for that, they are around level 40. But I'd love to do them at some point. Usually people sort of advertise for them in a... oh. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fill up my mana. Usually people advertise for stuff like that in looking for group. No one at the moment, except those that I did previously. In Hillsbrad, same stuff really. Sort of collect all the elite quests, get a group and get them done together with some other people. You can't solo them at the sort of level they are at, if you have about the same level at least. So kinda odd, I haven't gotten one yet of these amulets, but I guess they'll pop up. You're gonna get the club. There you go. Still nothing. And I should probably save a little mana, so if I get one of these stealthers sort of get close to me, and I can run away. But another good sort of safety measure here is staying in the middle of this field here with the cows, because there's no stealthers here, so no nasty surprises here by actually my kin, you could say. How you doing, pal? Let's hog a cow. Yeah, dead humor, I know. So, we actually got an amulet. Maybe I should hog some more cows. But on the ridge line, or sort of on this sort of washed out road here, there's stealthers all over, like a couple of inches apart. So, let's say you make a bad pull here and you wanna run this way, it's probably gonna be a bad idea because it's full of stealthers up there. That can slow you. I remember when I did this quest on my rogue, this is sort of a double pull, so I'm trying not to do that, not right now anyway. And I think when I was on my rogue, there was an alliance player doing the same quest, the exact same quest, I'm sure. So that was kind of we were both killing the mobs pretty fast, so that was kind of a fight to get the mobs before the other guy did. Whereas I can't complain now as I'm solo here. Let's go see who's David's playing. Oh, he's Warlock. One in there. Yeah, and I should probably drink some mana here before I engage in this. Just gonna bring the mob further in this field, so she won't run that way and engage with. Have me engaged in more mobs. I prefer not to, as I'm low on mana. Nice. But it suits me perfectly doing these sort of low-level mobs here while I'm have rested experience. I don't want extra. You know how I am. If you've seen a couple of videos, that I prefer not getting too much experience. I'd rather get the reputation from the quests. Alright, time to buff up a little bit again. The reptile hides, I think they're for leatherworking, but I'm confident as well, so much that I'm just gonna sell them that they were pretty useless even for leatherworking. Alright, break us up, dude. Back to work here. And then we got this nasty double pull. I'm gonna try and avoid that. Maybe get a double pull here instead. Yeah, and about some level 12 died from a Razorman Defender. It's sort of regular mobs, pretty close to Crossroads in the Barrens. There's a lot of them. It's densely packed, like here, but without the field. So as a newer player, or maybe a self-found with not so very good gear, if you get a bad pull there, you can be in big trouble, of course. Anyone in there? Nope. So, I think we're gonna risk a little bit and take this mob. I could play this safer, of course I could, but I should not sort of exhaust my mana all the time. I mean, I need. It's definitely smarter to have enough mana that you can survive a bad pull, and I'll be in big trouble if I get, say, 1 or 2 mobs on me. I could easily, say, get a stealther on me, and then if I panic a little bit, I'm gonna run in the wrong direction, and then all of a sudden I got 2 mobs on me, and my mana pool is low. Sure, if I have a 149 mana for travel form, I'm getting far, but I'll probably be low on health and low on mana, and if I then run into the final mob, then it's game over. It should be so that most of the time I don't have to use a greater mana pot in order to escape a bad pull. It's just my thoughts on things. But besides that, this field is working very well, making it a lot safer to grind right here. So 3 more to go. And yeah. Actually silk cloth, by the way, it has so little worth besides getting you, unless you're a tailor of course and you want a level tailoring, but other than that it's pretty much just used for this class for 2 things. Leveling first aid, and I'm way past there. I'm at Mageweave bandage, not way past, but I'm past even the heavy silk bandage. So there's silk and heavy silk bandage, and then Mageweave, and that's where I am now. You can hand in silk for reputation. It's a once in each of the 4 main cities. So Orgrimmar, Thunderbluff, Darkspear, which is done in Orgrimmar as well, and then Undercity. But what I wanted to say about that is that what it can be used for, I've sort of figured out, is from exchanging silk cloth by tailoring into various tailoring items, like, say, I don't know, a couple of pants with 3 intellect or whatever, and those pants you can then disenchant if you have a disenchanter as well. And all my guys are sort of paired that are tailors are not disenchanters but enchanters. The enchanters have the ability to disenchant. This is for people that have no awareness of this, of course. Most people know that have played this for some, but what I wanted to say about it is that you can actually change something that's pretty fairly worthless, like silk cloth, into something that has worth by crafting the silk cloth into various bags or chests or legs or whatever, and then afterwards disenchant them, and you then get some enchanting materials, and these mats have usually a much higher value. So what I wanted to talk about is just how you change something that's fairly worthless to something that has worth. It does require you, of course, to level a tailor and an enchanter, but but that's the cool thing about the game, I think, is that it's usually rewarding in the end to have come a long journey with your craft. So I do it on all my characters, and with druid here, nothing could be more fitting in my opinion than herbalism and alchemy. Also because I can pick the flowers in travel form, meaning that I can get to the flowers faster. I won't have to sort of mount and dismount constantly when I want to pick a flower. And sort of in these climate times, I would say more than ever, it fits to the druid to pick flowers and hug trees and stuff. Just gonna bring this guy with me here, so he won't sort of run in the wrong direction and get me too much aggro. And no. So one more to go of these amulets, and then I'm gonna hearth to Hammerfall, which is the horde base here. I might engage in the neighboring area here of Hillsbrad. Let's see. I have a quest up here in this cave. Oh yeah, and Swiftmane is an elite Shivra. Well, actually, yeah, that's how it's spelled. So the sort of what's it called? An analogy to zebra is obvious, but there's a level 22 called Swiftmane, and it hits like a truck. But I guess most people they'll be tempted to kill it because it's after all it's just a zebra, right? But don't be fooled. Don't take a book by its cover, you know. Nope. So this mob can be a double pull because sometimes there's a patrol inside this building that will sometimes get to the opening of the door. And when you pull this mob, you'll automatically get an extra. I've tried it before, that's why I know. But man, this field is just making things so easy. Bingo. And never mind the blue squid. So I'm going back to Hammerfall to hand in these quests. And I'll probably get another, I don't know, 30, up to 34. 38, 37. Just gonna repair down here. Sell all my crap. There we go. So now the sort of the elite quests are starting to pop up, including this one, and I'm definitely not engaging in a 40 elite quest, so there's no reason to pick up that quest. And then we have a little lore here, back and forth. And he gives at 37, so you could say all my quests are now level 37 or above. So I'm pretty much done here for now in Arathi Highlands. Um, there is a 35 down here, but I'm doing a maximum of level 34 quests at the moment. I just want to show you something while I'm here. There's a vendor down here, and she sells some pretty nice recipes. They might not be up now, but it's actually there, as you can see here. It's on a timer. I have no idea how often she has it, but I bought it for my tailors. It's pretty decent back with frost spells up to 10 damage, and that's why it's usually worth to inspect especially if you're new to the game, inspect the buildings. Especially sometimes the vendors are out in the open as well. But when you're in town, go check out if there's any vendors. I think this guy has a leatherworking recipe, as you can see. It's not bad with 13 stamina. Put an enchant on that and you got apply some kind of, I don't know, 50 mana or 2 all stats or whatever, and you got a pretty decent chest piece for level 28, say druid tank or whatever. So it was just to show you that really. And I'm just gonna, I think I'll engage with Hercules' revenge as well. So I'm gonna fly to the neighboring area here. That will be Terramil. And then I think Hercules' Revenge, it's one of those quests that I still have it on my level 56 warrior, and it has to do with that the chain leads you to the final part of it. You have to sort of revive Hercules, I think, by on a tombstone in a graveyard here in the outskirts of the Alliance base of Southshore. I haven't even explored it yet. There are, I think the mobs, they're skull to me at the moment, but I'm pretty sure they're level 55. And they have a long aggro range. They use whip and they have ranged weapons that, like bows, that hurt like hell. So it's not a place to go for little druids unless they, yeah, want to start all over. So I guess I'm gonna complete those quests as level 60 or something like that. I think it's the only quest that I really have to carry for a long time. I usually just carry it around. I could probably dump the quest, but it includes a rod, just like, as you can see, actually not Hercular, it's Helcular or Helcular. I don't know how it's pronounced. I always thought it was Helcular. Funny. Oh, Hercular. Never mind. Anyway, you can do the first parts, and as far as I recall, they don't offer any reputation. At least the final part doesn't. So I'm not missing out on anything. And you know what? Even I would miss out on reputation um, if it's that dangerous that when that quest actually is. So I'm off to the first part. There was a level 34 quest here, maybe even 2. Yeah. But I got so many level 33 quests, so I'm just... If it's level 34 that's done wisely with 35, then I'm gonna wait with it. I want to make sure that I have enough sort of experience room that I can do a full, not a full, but the first parts of Scarlet Monster. So the first part is doing Helcular's Rod, and these are done by killing these mobs here. And yeah, that can take quite a while. Actually, maybe I should have joined up with the warrior there. So if he invites me, I'm all in, because we will both get the rod if the mob drops. He probably won't invite me because I'm somewhat higher level than him, and I think I'll get a larger chunk of experience. But it looks like he's just gonna grind this anyway, so never mind. And yeah, most people feel the exact opposite way than I do, meaning that they want to get as much experience as possible. And that's sort of the irony on how I play, that usually I'm a fairly high level when I go inside a dungeon, because I've done all sort of the low level quests before this. Whereas, yeah, many people try to rush the dungeons, get them done as fast as possible. Here we got the super sprinter, the ancestor of Benny Hill, if anyone knows him. It was some British comedy guy. I think he was hilarious, but eventually he got cancelled due to, I think, wokeness, pretty much, or political correctness. Eventually, it was kind of a sad story because I think he died like alone and unhappy. But I guess that happens even to comedians. Like, I don't know, there was some American comedian. It was a very sad story, you know, he had, you know, bad sort of, his relationship with his girlfriend turned out really crappy, so he ended up killing himself, and he was, you know, he was the last guy on Earth who would think that would sort of kill himself. How you doing, pal? So this is actually a guilty, so don't know what's up with these guys, but I guess he's inspecting me or something like that. So these guys know that it could be pretty rough. To, yeah, constantly run out of mana and being kind of squishy. And here we have, you know, the part where I have to pick up the... No, what I meant was, here we have the part where I sort of, I'm in this sort of locked up environment again. And remember guys, there's a thin line between brave and stupid. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's fun. I like the challenge of this, and it's fun to play classes that no one else pretty much want to touch. You know, I just find that hilarious or worth the effort. I mean. And another thing that's bad about this cave and this closed environment is that I can't use my root, my main. My main sort of kiting ability. I'm gonna use the last of these. And probably drink some mana as well. Okay, so I'm kind of done with the crappy manas. Those I was drinking before restored way less. Maybe like, I don't know, 500 less mana than these. But I'm pretty sure that after I find the rod, I actually have to ignite some braces in here. I think I got one of the braces here. And there should be no chance of an ambush here, so I'm just gonna pull the last with my last of my mana pool here. And if I'm unlucky, this could be like a separate video really, because it's, I don't know what the drop rate is on this. I don't think it's very high, probably like 2%, something like that. So I can expect to just statistically probably have to kill 50 of these. And I'll probably kill, I don't know, 15 now. So I'd say anything before 50 is just, you should raise your arms even though you don't feel like it. Yeah, it's fine. Just gonna move some of this stuff down there. Oh, so we got respawns behind now. As I get respawns behind me, and that's actually now, I should probably go out, do the ones at the sort of cellar entrance again. I think I'll do that. Not the cellar, the cave rather, I guess. Talking about respawns here. If I get a respawn behind me, I'm just gonna... You'll have this grace period just as I had with this mob, where it won't attack you. It looks like they're gonna spawn this way, so just gonna do them as they spawn really. But I might as well, even though the mobs are fairly low level, I might as well do them as easy as possible. Or, I mean, as safe as possible. The mage here died in Thousand Needles, where the mobs like frost. They look like water elementals, not frost, but water elementals, and they shoot frost bolts. If they first get to you and you wanna hard to get away because they have fast respawns and they can slow you with the frost bolts as well. Just had to see if this guy actually dropped the thing, but he didn't. The thing is the Hillsbrad rod. So yeah, I hope I get it before I run out of mana. Set the balanced druid with 44 pots. It's not so bad grinding for something that you know have a bad drop rate. It's more like if you're grinding for something that you know have a high percentage drop rate and it just doesn't drop. That's more frustrating, I'd say. So it'll drop eventually, no problem. Look, my defense skill is rising. Bingo, I even got it, very nice. So, okay, so actually, oh, I think I got grace period here. Not quite. Well, I've killed enough of you guys, so see you around. Ta-da! I mean, even if I was to be dazed here, I'm fine. I can sort of shift as soon as I'm out to travel form, so no, it's not like I was risking anything here. Well, of course, if I disconnect, it wouldn't be smart playing like that, but like I said, I rarely have any disconnects, and actually, I think the only one I had one once where Blizzard sort of, I think they took the blame, but, and there was actually quite a few people that died, but that was like in the beginning of the hardcore sort of servers, from what I recall. I didn't die, but I logged out immediately when I felt something was weird. But other than that, I think I only had 2 or 3 disconnects where, and that's 2 or 3 too much, of course, but it's my provider that is rebooting sometimes at night. I'll say at 4 o'clock in the morning, stuff like that. And by the way, now that I was talking about the vendors in Arathi Highlands, pretty much the same stuff here. Vendor in the outskirts of Terran Mill here that have some very nice axes, say for a self-found character. This would be quite a nice sword. What was the requirement? Level 19. Not a bad sword, I mean, especially not if you self-found, that's for sure. So I'm gonna hand in Helcular's Revenge, and I'm pretty sure there's a follow-up. And there was actually sort of reputation in the first one here. Okay, so this may be a level 33 quest, but I'm pretty sure it's it could get quite interesting up here. So I'm not sure I can complete this quest safely, so I can start with the things that are fairly safely, meaning I have to charge this rod at 3 different braces, and of course I had to get back to the guys who do it, because one of the braces was right next to me when the rod actually dropped here. And about vendors, there's another guy down here. It's just to show you, this guy patrols, of course it's a goblin trader, he patrols through the camp of the... I mean, this offhand is pretty nice really for its level. You don't have anything else. Decent shoulders here, leatherworking, tailoring recipe, even an enchanting recipe. I got them all on my guys, so I don't need them, but just to show you that these sort of vendors are sort of... they're kind of Easter eggs hidden here and there. And I think I never really used Thoughtbot, but I'm sure it's just as good as what I'm using. I'm mainly using Warhead for Classic. It's sort of a Wikipedia about everything, pretty much. But especially about drop rates and where to get various recipes, etc. So you can always use that if you're interested in getting a certain recipe or item, to where to get it, what's the drop rate, blah blah blah. Anyway, 2 of the braces here. There's one up here, and actually the mobs haven't respawned yet, so that's kind of cool. I thought they would by now. The mob that dropped the rod is the final one up here, I think. So I get one for free, you could say. I don't have to kill anything here. Thank you very much, bro, for the rod. So you simply click it when you have the rod in your inventory. Yep. And let's see how I'm just checking out how bad can this go. Quite a bit actually, so I prefer to do this a little safer, meaning not jump down there and take falling damage. That will break my stealth. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna buff up. But the mobs are actually 5 levels below me, so the chance of me getting exposed is fairly slim, unless I'm sort of standing right on top of the mob. It's not impossible to get exposed, but what I don't want to do is say jump down there, take falling damage, because any sort of damage will break your stealth, including falling damage. So what would happen here if I fell down here and took falling damage is that I could very fast be sort of overwhelmed by mobs. And again, I would have the problem with I can't get out because the entrance is blocked with respawns. So yeah, that sounds familiar if you've seen my 2 deaths so far. So I should respect this area, like say a lot. Anyway, the second brace is here. I'm not sure if I can actually get it without sort of getting this guy's wrath. So I want to make sure that I'm fighting a maximum of 2 mobs, meaning I need to get rid of this patrol. Have him go down here somewhere. Take a walk, bro. I would say this is enough, and let's see if I can get it. I might get aggro from some of these guys, but you never know. Sometimes, say, if you open a chest, mobs will attack you. If they are if they say are low level and normally wouldn't with the distance you have to them, but the chest itself can be like pretty much like kicking them in the butt. It works the same way, so they'll attack you and probably pull more. Alright, so these were sort of the 2 easy, you could say. This guy was a level 20 that got killed in Wailing Caverns. There might be a group. If this was a tank, I didn't see what class it was. Then the other guys could be in trouble pretty fast. There is safety where you can drop down in a hole or a tunnel, something like that, so he won't be able to get you. But Verdun the Ever-Living is from a boss in Wailing Caverns. He's sort of an optional boss, you could say. I'm just gonna... So, no rebuff. I was kind of hoping for that, but oh well. He got it. I was a bit slow too in the beginning, you know, when I was had buffs that could be interesting for other players, you know. Yeah, so if you get a buff and you have a buff yourself, or then definitely buff back. So the final of these braces, it's up here. I might skip it because I think it's guarded by 1, maybe 2 level 37 mobs, and see. Okay, yeah, and I already screwed up a bit here because I sort of forgot I was in travel form. Because I had just been in my sneaky cat form. I was about on my way up to get a flower there, but I'm gonna drop it because there's just too many mobs up there. It's not worth it. I mean, zigzagging through 10, 12 mobs, and you have to get the same way back in order to get a herb. Well, if it was a black lotus or something like that, I'll probably do it, but not for a stinking Catca's whisker. Let's see. Okay, I actually have to get a little further. Just wanted to make sure that I had actually explored the area, and I did. Gavin's Naze, it was. It's a densely packed lion area. So here we go. Okay, these mobs aren't as high level as I thought. Going stealth right away. One thing is the mobs here. That's it. That could actually even be a rare. These guys at a slightly higher level. Looks almost the same. A bit bigger, I think. But it's this cave in here. What you have to be wary of, especially as a horde player, is that Alliance have this PvP faction in Arathi. It's no, not Arathi, but Altruc Valley. And it's right behind here, and there will be, I don't know, 60 plus elites down there. I'd like to get this winter spite if possible. I probably have to kill this guy. Let's try. Yeah, defo. So I actually got this. See if we can dump him. Yeah, I just did. Very nice. So what I actually came for here is, let's play this safe. I think so. I can pull this guy solo, I think. And that's why it's sort of, it's odd that this is a level 32 quest, because as you can see, this mob here is level 34, and that's usually sort of what defines what the quest level is. Now the question is, yeah, there's 2 in here. I'm pretty sure this is a double pull. Let's see, I think I can root this guy. Oh, actually I couldn't. As you can see here, we got Alliance players. Fortunately, I'm not flagged or anything. Oh, it was actually, sorry about that, honey. My stress, it was, I think it's a Danish or Swedish player. It means a lot of stress in Danish or Swedish, maybe even Norwegian. But I am risking it a little bit because I'm doing this runaway, and I don't really have a sort of safe path to run out of, sort of. But this should be the final mob, and I'm by the bracer. There's a quest you can obtain in Thunderbluff, by the way, that's done here as well. In this exact same cave where you have to kill, I think, a lion, a mountain lion, and then sort of put the lion on the bracer there as well. And then some level, I think, fairly high level mob will spawn. Just gonna go stealth here. I don't want to big of a fan sort of population running after me here, because I think the mobs are gonna get even higher down here. But I'm actually heading back to Terran Mill now. Just going this way instead. Exploring Gallows Corner on the way. See if this the winter spite I made for, I think it's called frost oil or something like that. So let's see, 34. Let's see if we can just loot this guy. Nope. Well, I could, but it didn't last long. Stay there, bro. No more hitting. Yep, off we go. And this is exactly why druid is so good at picking flowers. Well, not at picking flowers, but having sort of large survivability when doing so. Due to being able to root unwanted mobs and then just take off here in travel form. So, where am I at? Terran Mill should be just down here. Okay, so actually I can't get any further than this. Because the final part of the quest I don't even have to talk to Helcular. But now that I'm here, what I have to do now in order to complete that quest is actually put it down there. And this, like I said, this guy is swarming with level 55 Alliance guards, so I'm not going there. What I'm gonna do instead is fly to Undercity, and I'm gonna hand in the to steal some Thieves quest. And I think I'm gonna call it an episode. And I could sort of take an overview of what I sort of need now next, meaning where are the level 30 quests, the level 33 quests. And I'm pretty sure we are probably going to Strengthen Vale next. There's a Tiger Mastery here, probably a Raptor Mastery while I'm on it. And I have the quests to hand in here. It's the sort of quest for getting to being able to go to Gnomrigon. And then I might as well finish this continent now, and then afterward I'm probably going to Desolace, I think. Yeah, defo. So there's actually quite a lot of level 33 quests here in Desolace, as you can see. Probably some 34s as well. So it's definitely Desolace next. So this is a quest item that I might as well put in my bank, because I'm not gonna get near that quest before I reach level 60 probably, or close to. So I'm not even gonna track it. It's gonna turn grey and everything. And even if it did, it doesn't give any reputation. But even if it did, yeah, I wouldn't do it before way later. That's for sure. Level-wise, I mean. Level 55 would be a minimum, I think. But even that would be risky, I think, if you get swarmed by the guards there. So I'm gonna hand in this quest. And yeah, sure, it's decent stuff and all, but I actually have better. As usual, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, hopefully. Take care, bye bye.